What is up, YouTube? Nightmare Baller One here. It's been a minute, but I figured I'd do a video since I said I was gonna do this a few weeks ago. I think it was. This is my review of Glory Bond 8, the final countdown, and yeah, I will say this is the best show of 2009, hands down. Like storyline progression, fun, great matches, great atmosphere. It was like almost perfect, honestly. It's just my opinion. Uh, let's get started. First match on the show: Rhett Titus versus Colt Cabana. This was okay. Wasn't as much of a comedy match as I would like it to have been, but it still was, good match. You know what I mean? Like for what it was kind of short. I give it 2.25 stars. Like I said, I ain't the biggest Rhett Titus fan, but he didn't he didn't upset me too bad here. Um, After that, we got the Dark City Fight Club versus Cheech and Claudio, and just judging by the names, you would think this would be a squash, but it wasn't. Cheech and Claudio got in a lot of offense, and this match was a lot of fun to watch. The New York crowd is really into the Dark City Fight Club, and so am I. They're really good at what they do. Cheech and Claudio always fun to watch. This was a fun match. I give it 3.25 stars. Also fun. Then next we had Kenny Omega versus Claudio Castagnoli. Yeah, this could have been great. It just seemed like it didn't flow as well as I may have liked it. Like it was a lot of stalling, just my opinion. But like crowd was really into this. Everyone loves Kenny Omega, I think. And Claudio did that spot, the UFO spot where he takes his hands off his he does an airplane spin. He takes his hands down, and the crowd really popped for that because they'd never seen it before. And I mean, it's cool every time I see it. Yeah, this was great. Well, not great, but it was really good. 3.5 stars. It was so much fun. Yeah. The next we had a four-corner survival between Delirious, Roderick, Sonjay, Dutt, and Grizzly, Redwood. Another match that I did not expect to be as good as it was, but I had a lot of fun watching it. Like Grizzly Redwood did his thing. Like he really did his thing. And the stuff with Sonjay Dutt and Delirious was good. This match just had a very nice feel to it, and it was going along great. 3.5 stars. I usually don't like four corner survivals, but this was a great match. Well, not a great match, but a really good match. The next Kevin Steen and El Generico versus the American Wolves Ladder War 2. Okay. This match was different from the first one because the first one, to an extent, it was two teams, one heel, one face team, but not really heels because of El Generico. This is the first one I'm talking about. And it was more so, that match was more so them doing just crazy stuff to each other. Like, it was a full-blown spot fest. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, it was amazing. Best ladder match I've ever seen. That's just my opinion. But, like, that match was just like, it was just crazy spot after crazy spot. And, things like that. This was more so the American Wolves being heels. Like, this had, like, a lot more storytelling elements to it. Like, they were doing heel type stuff and things like that. The spots were there, too. Just crazy spots in this. Like, Generico did like a suicide plancha through the ladder. It was like a tope con hilo over the top rope and through the ladder at the same time. It was just nuts. Like, it just caught me by surprise. Just whoa, like when he did it. A sunset flip through a table by El Generico off the ladder. He also took a ladder bump through a table. I mean, and Kevin Steen took a sick bump too. It's like he had a table set up on top of a ladder that was bridged in the guardrail. He fell sideways through both of them. Eddie Edwards had a broke arm, and he still wrestled, still took bumps and everything. He gets a lot of credit from me for that. Very tough for doing that because the ladder war, as we know, is dangerous. But yeah, this was great. I don't think it was as good as the first one. It's a different type of match, but it still was like amazing match. 4.5 stars. A lot of just greatness, honestly. and a great way to end this feud, which to me was the best feud in Ring of Honor in 2009, like hands down, without a doubt. All right, and then we had Chris Hero and Eddie Kingston. Now, this is a match I've been looking forward to since they announced it. You know, when they first announced it, because Hero and Kingston, they really don't like each other, and in Ring of Honor, I figured they would just kill it. But I think that they did this right, because at Final Battle they did have a match where they just killed it, and they kind of set the stage for that with this match. And this is really good. I'd say 3.5 stars also. Just like really good match, like a lot of fun. Okay. Next, we had the match that pissed me off the most on this entire card. Austin Aries versus Petey Williams for the Ring of Honor World Title. Okay, before the match, Austin Aries comes out and he does the lottery. You know what I mean? And the name he draws is Bret Hart. Bret Hart had left the arena, and Petey Williams comes out, says he's going to defend Canada's honor and all sorts of other stuff. So they have a match. Good little match going on. You know what I mean? It wasn't nothing too special. Then Petey Williams hits some other stuff happens too. Petey Williams hits the Canadian Destroyer. Okay, Aries gets his foot on the ropes. I don't mind that. Don't mind at all. The problem is, after that, Aries just totally stopped selling. You know what I mean? The Canadian Destroyer is supposed to kill you. Like, when he does it, it's supposed to be it. Hands down, over. Now, I know you can't have Petey Williams go over. I mean, he's Petey Williams, Ring of Honor champion, really. But, like, he hit that first Canadian Destroyer, and, he stopped selling. And it gets worse. Okay? He hits another one off the top rope. Aries rolls out of the ring. The referee's counting. Petey Williams goes outside of the ring, and Aries just pops up and hits him with a brain buster and rolls back in the ring, and he wins by count out. Like, he just got hit with a Canadian Destroyer from the top. You know what I mean? Like, you're supposed to be done. Like, after that, you're supposed to be done. You're supposed to be done after the first one. You know what I mean? Like, that's supposed to be the most devastating move in all of wrestling. That's how it's been sold for, like, years, Like, when he does it, it's pretty much over most of the time. And then it just killed the credibility of that move. Me, personally, it's a cool move to look at, but I really don't like the move because it's really contrived. It is really, really contrived. Like, the opponent does everything. Petey takes the brunt of the blow, but he explained it he explained it better than I can in the shoot interview, which is pretty boring, by the way. That's like the only part that's interesting. But when he talks about the Canadian Destroyer. But yeah, 3 stars, man, just because they killed the credibility of the Canadian Destroyer. Like, that really bothered me. Then Jim Cornette after the match, but you gotta find it though. If you got a DVD, you gotta find it. But after the match, Jim Cornette comes out and cuts, like, in my opinion, the second best promo of the year. It wasn't the best. Eddie Kingston had some in Chikara that was just, it's Eddie Kingston, Chikara, camera in his face. You know what's gonna happen. But yeah, like, that promo was awesome. He was pretty much telling the truth about mainstream wrestling, telling the truth about TNA without really saying TNA. Then Aries comes out, and it's nice. It's a nice dynamic between Cornette and Aries. I liked it a lot, and it was pretty funny, and yeah, it was just good. It was a great segment, honestly, great segment, and a good way for Jim Cornette to come back to Ring of Honor. All right, then we had Jay and Mark Briscoe versus the Young Bucks. Great tag match. I had a lot of fun watching it. I probably liked this more than a lot of people did. I give it 4.25 stars. This match was great. Like, the Bucks and the Briscoes have great chemistry. So yeah, that's that. And after that, we had a great video package hyping up the main event, which happens to be Bryan Danielson and Nigel McGuinness. Okay, the match itself was epic. Great. Everything you would expect from these two. I give it 4.5 stars, the match itself. But the segment afterwards is so emotional. Like, I didn't cry, nothing like that. I didn't cry. But honestly, I was close. I ain't gonna lie. And it was just very classic what Ring of Honor did. They do this with everyone that really made an impact in the company. Everyone comes out, things like that. But This was great, honestly. Like the segment and the match to me gets 5 stars, but the match itself gets 4.5. The bonus disc has a lot of extra features on it. Got an interview or 2 interviews from Danielson and McGuinness, and some bonus matches on it, and you got their first ever meeting on it, which also is a great match. But I say definitely get the show. 975, best show of last year. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace out.